Why to the link to the... not yet. Let's see.
Questions, remarks, or complaints may be addressed to us at any time, either through forms to be downloaded from our website or through our social media communication options. Enjoy Suriname.
It is the bustling heart of the country, and it's from here that we will start the journey. In 1667, the Dutch captured the English Fort Willoughby and renamed it Fort Zeelandia. The surrounding town was given the name Paramaribo. The riverside is a popular landing spot for many Surinamers. In this area of town, one can marvel at the old colonial buildings that line the streets. That is why Paramaribo is called the Wooden City of South America, with the beautiful St. Peter's Hall Cathedral, the prominent Office of Finance, and the old governor's mansion, now called the Presidential Palace. Suriname's history is marked by slavery and periods of migrations of people from around the world.
Yeah, now it's live again.
Now it's live?
Yeah, you go to SCC Multimedia videos and you will see there one with live. Send the link of this one.
Can you see a mosque and synagogue right next door to each other in perfect harmony? When night falls, the city comes alive. Live music, good restaurants, and tropical
This one is
cocktails.
the live
Ready to
video.
party. Head out of town for some rest and relaxation at Cola Creek and visit the educational center. Suriname is also the land of wide and clean rivers. Water is among Suriname's most important and most valuable natural resources. Clean drinking water straight out of the faucet. The river is sometimes the only way to reach the more remote destinations. Bigi Pond is headed between the swamps of the coast of Suriname. The Jamar Canal, lined with arbor trees, brings us to an area that is completely adapted to the brackish ecosystem, a favorite sanctuary for birds to find their mate and nest. The pond itself is a huge water lagoon in the estuary. Let's spend the night here while on our journey. Across the Suriname River in the district of Capoeira, we find a bird watcher's paradise. The Open Air Museum in Amsterdam is also a great place to study Suriname's history stroll. Enjoy a day of dolphin spotting. Visiting old plantations like the renovated Phoenix Garden. And at Aki, seeing artifacts of time gone by. The Wadapa Creek, a paradise for bird lovers. The creek is narrow, shallow, and winds through dark entanglements of jungle. It takes you right out to sea. Here we find the favorite nesting grounds of the scarlet and white ibis. While exploring Suriname's coast, we journeyed to Galibi, only to be reached by boat. Galibi is an unspoiled sandy beach and also one of the few nesting sites of the great leatherback sea turtle. A unique experience to see this majestic animal lay her eggs after having journeyed thousands of miles and heading back into the dark waters. Some members of the Karen indigenous tribe from Galibi love to give us a demonstration of their traditional music and dance. From the coast, we head inland to the largest and wildest of districts, Sipaliwini. Sipaliwini is characterized by virgin rainforests, wild rivers, raging rapids, and majestic rock formations. The indigenous village of Apatina is along the Tapacahoney River. From here, we head on our journey to climb the Tebu Topi. The Tebu Topi is a 374-meter granite mountain. The view is magnificent from the top. To reach the Roosevelt's Peak, we go upstream to the Tusu Creek. Creeks in the forests are the best places to spot wildlife like these giant river otters or the magnificent Arctic eagle, one of the strongest species of eagles in the world. The climb to the top is challenging, but the view is well worth it. Experience the greatness of the jungle at Balame, a resort next to the Balame River. A little away, we find the beautiful Abuka and Guanapapu Rapids. A place never to forget. The mysterious Mount Pascasima looms as a giant towering over the jungle. This is a great adventure, and the feeling of elation is overwhelming after one reaches the top. Near by the Ferulaxi Rapids in the upper Suriname River lies the Nola Nature Resort. In this resort, you can stay comfortably while enjoying the beauty around you and visiting local Saramancan villages for some village activity. Further upstream lies Dankati, a resort on an island in the middle of the river. The view from your lodge to the river sets the scene for relaxation and self-reflection. The evening is full of laughter, singing, and dancing. Only a 3-hour drive from the city lies Brownsburg Nature Park. At Brownsburg, visitors have the freedom to explore as they please and choose to hike the many paths leading to picturesque waterfalls. Don't be surprised if you run into monkeys, agoutis, or other forest critters. Brownsburg overlooks the Brahmaputra Reservoir. Emerald Islands with sandy beaches are scattered on this huge lake. At Mantur Island, enjoy a walk, or swim, or go kayaking, or fishing. A short flight from the city brings us to Awalatan, a romantic and beautiful place on an island in the middle of the Grand Rio River. From here we leave on an adventure jungle trip to Cynthia Dam. At Cynthia Dam, you can take a cool dip in the rapids or go for a hike. The Raleigh Falls Nature Reserve is part of the Central City Mountain Nature Reserve, an area of protected wilderness. Caballero Nature Resort is a luxurious resort in the heart of the jungle, never disturbed by man or machine, and can only be reached by plane. The resort is a perfect mix of luxury and adventure. One can often spot species of wildlife you will try. So come to Suriname, make the journey yourself, and have a colorful experience.
Film already. We have space, yeah, one space.
There you go.
Over the years, these used to be described as technical difficulties. Perhaps they still are. But should we still have no solution to this yet? In about 2 minutes, I would suggest that we take the coffee break shortly. But please hold. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the coffee break. It's a 10-minute break which should last 10 minutes.
It's charging, right?
Yes.
But be very careful because the lights
Yes.
It already happened today. That's why.
I have to watch record properly.
Thank you.
Good.
La solo omdat dat is de onderbreek. Daarom
Wat? Weer dan? Met de rug zo? Ja, man.
Nee, is niet. Ja, is niet.
Ik moet oppassen met die kabel.
Dat ze het niet eruit
Trekken,
halen
ja,
of
toch.
trappen.
En daar wordt het onderbroken.
Welke kabels?
Geen van ze.
Dus dit, voilà. Die kabels die hier zo zijn verbonden.
Oké.
Dat alleen. Dat is het belangrijkste voor die livestreaming. Plus jullie stemvolume. Mikricha, je bent live.
Ja,
Je bent live, Mikricha. Ja, praat breek man.
Liever niet. Maar live of waar?
Ja, liever niet. Maar
Live of waar? Jullie lossen het zelf op. Live of waar? Waar?
YouTube zijn we live.
YouTube.
Pak jezelf. Ik weet het.
Voorzichtig. Dat is een beetje. Is dat gestort, hè? Is dat gestort? We zijn live. Vandaag. Vandaag. Maandag. Nee. Hou op. Maandag. Hallo.
In het contract staat de laatste dag van de maand of de eerste week van de volgende maand.
Ik heb een vergissing in jouw kort.
Gewoon niet met drinken gaan halen. Wat is hij?
Je baby is weghalen, hè? Je baby. Gewoon drinken halen?
Ja. Ik wil ook ontspanning. Ik voel die pressure. Wanneer breng je?
Breng pak dit, kom op.
Ja.
Pas na dreaming ko siya na barbida. Nah, naman tulad ng parang balikan. Padahal pa ng parang
Ladies and gentlemen, the coffee break is over. Please feel free to bring your coffee or tea in with you because we would like to start the next session. Okay, is Edward ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please, those who are still in the coffee area, please return as soon as you can and bring your beverage with you.
Tapi ya boy kasi. At saka parang gano'n. Ito. Ano si Bonato? Ano sa ay sa plaza. Sorry. Hanap ka ng luma? May pastempo yun? Ay, hindi.
I'm sure the difficulties have been overcome, so Martin King will make his presentation. On behalf of the Antigua and Barbuda Church,
we're having a problem or two. I remember that we used to say in the old days that there were gremlins. Gremlins were around. I'm not sure if they're still around, but.
right, good morning, ladies, gentlemen, friends, and everyone. Good. Hi. My name is Martin Cave. I'm the Executive Director of the Antigua Barbuda Chamber of Commerce. Just a brief introduction of the Chamber. Our Chamber is in its 75th year, and we have approximately 200 members. However, there are only about 70 of them that I can really rely on, those that pay the bills. The others, I think we need to, I wish I could do like our friends in Suriname and just shut down their businesses so that they can't get anything. But we don't have that. We don't have that option. So, Antigua and Barbuda. What do you know about Antigua and Barbuda? Well, let me give you a little history. Let me do a little geography about Antigua. So we know it's in the Caribbean. It's in the Caribbean Sea. It's cooled by the northeast trade winds. And we have actually three main islands. It's Antigua, Barbuda, and there's an island called Redondo. You probably don't know much about it because it's just a rocky outcrop. It's actually closer to Nevis. It's closer to Nevis and Montserrat than it is to Antigua. I don't know how Antigua got there. I don't know how Antigua claimed it, but we did. So thank you, Montserrat. Thank you, St. Kitts Nevis. It's uninhabited. Antigua is on the eastern side, bathed by the Atlantic Ocean, and on the west by the Caribbean Sea. And because of Antigua's shape, it's very indented. We say that we have 365 beaches. To give you the location of Antigua and Barbuda, if you So we're here, and Antigua Barbuda is a little dot over here. To give you a better view, I think that, okay. All right, so let's move on, let's move ahead. So let's look at a little history of Antigua Barbuda. We were claimed by the Spanish in 1492 by a gentleman named Don Cristobal Colon, also known as Christopher Columbus. And we say he claimed it because we know discovery is another thing. It was settled later by the English and the French. They had a little crossing to and fro. Barbuda was colonized in 1678. And it was given to the Codrington family. That bit of history I thought is important because it will explain why today there is a problem, a seminal problem between Antigua and Barbuda. Why Barbuda thinks that they should secede. Who knows if they happen one of these days. Further little history, what's also significant in Antigua's case with history, with emancipation, is that in 1834, the slaves in Antigua opted to get full emancipation. I believe that the remainder of the slaves in the Caribbean went through an apprenticeship period. We didn't do that in Antigua. I say I wasn't there, but that's what I'm told. So they opted not to do the 4 years of apprenticeship, and they went straight into freedom. Further to the history, because of an earthquake and hurricane, in the mid-1840s, Barbuda lost some of its so-called independence and became a dependency on Antigua. We were a colony for a while, and then we were part of the West Indies Federation. Eventually, in 1981, Antigua obtained independence. So let's look at Antigua's economy. Initially, like all Caribbean economies during the time of slavery, We grew tobacco, we grew sugar, and after statehood, the then prime minister, yeah, but who's now Sir Cornwall Burt, father of the nation, he thought it best that we turn our attention to tourism and build hotels. Now I'll show you one of the reasons why Antigua is so, well, we thought it would be good to use these natural resources. This, my dear friends, is a look out at Jolly Beach. It's one of our finer beaches. We have a hotel there. This is Half Moon Bay. About 20 years ago, American Express named this one of the 10 best beaches in the world. This is another look at Jolly Beach, and this may be familiar to some of you if you've ever been to Antigua. This is Dickerson Bay, and the buildings there are part of the Sandals Grand Antigua Resort and Spa. This is the famed Dickerson Bay. The beach is just beginning anyway. If you see this, it's not a problem with the color. The color is true. What you're actually seeing there are the pink sands of Barbuda. Literally pink. I'm not sure how many other countries can make that boast, but we certainly do in Antigua. One of the captivating things that we have is our annual sailing regatta known as Sailing Week. This year, it will be held from the 26th of April to the 1st of May. If you happen to be in the neighborhood, please come over. So why should you invest in Antigua and Barbuda? I'm glad you asked that question, if you did. Our economy is one that is the second largest in the OECS, second only to St. Lucia, and this is a mix of our economic activity. It's predominated there by construction, wholesale, trade, retail. This is our hotel sector, and so on. The economy has performed reasonably well over the past 5 years, and this is an indication of that performance. How do we compare with our neighbors? Well, recently we did an analysis, and in terms of Antigua and Barbuda's performance, we are second this year, projected to be second only to Guyana in our economic performance. So the Caribbean average over the last 3 years would be this. In 2018, the Caribbean average was 1.5, Antigua and Barbuda 7.4. In 2019, the estimate, while these figures came out, the Caribbean average was 1.4, Antigua's was 6.2. The projected Caribbean average for 2020 is 5.6, and that's buoyed obviously by Guyana's 85.6. Antigua Barbuda's projected economic performance will be 6.5. Thank you. Let me just quickly give you some of the highlights of our economy. Our unemployment is currently slightly over 8%, as recorded in 2019. Our debt to GDP ratio is projected at the end of 2020 to be in the region of 64%. The OECS's target is 60%. Our tax to GDP ratio is 16%, whereas the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union is 20%. Antigua is actually the lowest. Our GDP projected at the end for 2020, GDP per capita is approximately 51,000 EC dollars. That's a problem sometimes when we're trying to get funding, because we're not considered a poor country because of our high GDP per capita rate. And our minimum wage is $8.20 EC. That is about to change because as I came here, there was a letter from the unions and the Attorney General on my desk about having someone sit on the minimum wage advisory committee. Of course, that's going to push up wages. But that happens when, I suppose, the economy is performing and persons want more money. So what are some of the benefits to investing in Antigua and Barbuda? So more benefits, okay? So we have no restriction on foreign ownership of businesses. Anyone can come and own a business in Antigua and Barbuda. No restrictions on the repatriation of profits or capital gains. We have exemptions from corporate taxes for qualifying companies ranging from 5 to 20 years. And these are not just foreign direct investments, but also local companies. We have a level playing field when it comes to corporate taxes. We have an exemption from import duties, etc., for qualifying businesses. These are some of the incentives that are offered to our business community. We have a very diverse and well-regulated offshore financial sector. We have highly educated labor force. We just recently acquired the 4th landed campus of UWI, and that obviously will redound positively to the continuation of having a highly educated labor force. We have preferential trade agreements with the US and Canada, EU, CSME, and the related OECS. Excellent telecommunication infrastructure. We have 3 telecoms operating in Antigua and Barbuda. I believe you're familiar with one, Digicel. There's another one, Cable and Wireless. Maybe some of you know that. It's called Flow for the residences and Cable and Wireless for the business units, for the business customers. We have an excellent air and sea links. We have excellent air and sea links to major markets because Antigua has a very modern international airport, and we're centrally located in the northern part of the Eastern Caribbean. We have an excellent legal system. It's modeled after the UK law. We recently, through an attempted referendum, rejected the movement to the CCJ. I won't comment on that, I just made that as a statement. We are economically and politically stable. As most of you are, we don't have coups and riots and these sort of things. We have a peaceful transition every 5 years. Problem is we don't know when it's happening because the politicians like to move the date from their back pocket to their side pocket to the shirt pocket. And I don't know when the policies will fall out. We have a strong bilingual labor pool. We have many Hispanics who come from the Dominican Republic. Most of them are actually descendants of Antiguans. So they're actually repatriating themselves to Antigua, and that has given us a very interesting population mix. We actually have quite a number of non-native Antiguans. I would hazard to say it's probably closer to 40% of the population is either from the DR, Jamaica, Guyana, to a lesser extent Dominica, Montserrat, and some of the OECS countries. We're very cosmopolitan when it comes to that. We have favorable labor rates. Well, hopefully the unions and those minimum wage advisory persons will not make this an unfavorable statement or an incorrect statement. We have excellent public education system. We have, right now, up to secondary school is free, and the government is also offering scholarships at the tertiary level, given the recent placement of the 4th landed campus of the University of West Indies. We have a very customer-centric service society. That is due to the proliferation of hotels, and the hospitality industry and its practices have spilled over to the general public, so we tend to treat visitors well. I think we have extremely stiff competition from the Surinamese, So we will try to up our game. It's been wonderful being here. We have a stable currency like most of the OECS, where our exchange rate is fixed. We have a good road network, and let's say we have a potentially good network because it's being repaired. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to that. Because of our central location in the Eastern Caribbean, we are very close to major capital markets, as most of our OECS neighbors are. And our media, our citizens are very media savvy. We have actually a very good pool, an excellent pool of trade management and executives to choose from. So if you decide to do business in Antigua, you will be in excellent hands. Let me just give a plug. The Chamber of Commerce will be having, from the 2nd to the 4th of July, our International Business Expo. This is something that hopefully some of you may be able to come to. Let me know if you're interested, and I'll give you the details. We're attracting businesses. I know the UK government has said that they want to be part of the expo. I've spoken to the South Koreans. Is someone from Indonesia? Yes. I've spoken to the ambassador who's in Colombia. Yes. And he's interested, so maybe we should talk. And a few other international companies should be at that. So this is my unabashed plug for that event. If you have any questions, I'll take them. If not, thank you very much. I'd like to say a special thanks to the technicians. Boy, they're good.
They're also very patient.
How patient? As are you.
Thank you, Martin. Edward. The next presentation, as we move forward with some acceleration, Edward Ravalier of the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I think protocol has already been established, so I was moving right into it. Okay, it's a great match tonight. We had a similar presentation, I don't know what it means, what. Yes. Okay. We had to speak on the doing business in the Caribbean. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's talk about Dominica a little. As you can see, our panel locations, 15 degrees north and 61 degrees west. We have a landmass area of 751 kilometers square. Our population is just about 73,000. That's just a small village, right? Well, population density is 92.21 km. So that means about 8% of the land handles in the state. Just like they were waiting for you guys to comment. Our capital is Roseau, official language English. We have a government type parliamentary republic, or democratic, you want to say. Our GDP is 812 million. GDP per capita is 11,400. And the currency we use is the Eastern Caribbean dollar, regulated by the ECCB. Okay? Dominica has been an agricultural-based nation for many, many years. Already with winter. Okay? As you can see, we moved from cocoas and coffee to bananas. Throughout the ages, things have changed, and with environmental degradation and what you have a lot of crops along the way, and largely in part due to other markets taking over. You know. Okay, so most recently we have moved to tourism and a CBI investment program to generate funds for the country. Okay, we're moving along nicely. Sorry about that, folks. My first time, so. Okay, in the meantime, it has been a great pleasure being here so far. We did a little talk, and I really find that the Surinamese people are very inviting. Our fellow CARICOM members are very warm and friendly, and our 2 days here have been very good so far. So we're moving on, right? Okay. So as you can see, Dominica position in this western and southern hemisphere, I would say, right? Located in the southeastern Caribbean Sea and bordered by the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea.
No, because I
we
see
have the Caribbean Sea on the
the
west,
mouth.
moving from south to north, and then the Atlantic Ocean at the back, do it from northeast to south. Okay? Okay. Our Prime Minister since 2004 is the name of Mr. Roosevelt Skerrit. He's the 6th President of the Commonwealth of Dominica since getting independence in 1978. And we have the President in the name of Mr. Charles Savre, the only ceremonial President of it. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the DAIC, of which I'm a proud member. The DAIC was formed on the 22nd of February 1973, so that I think that give you about what? How many years? 27 years ago? Alright, so happy birthday, just celebrated birthday. Okay? DIC is the private sector representative body in Dominica with members across various sectors and industries. The objective of the association includes fostering economic growth and social development programming, protecting the commercial interests of the state. 2, representing members to the government, including promoting, supporting, and or lawfully opposing such legislative or other measures as may be deemed necessary. DIC have representation on various committees and boards to ensure the interests of all members. Okay. Okay, Dominica. We're still on Dominica. Back to Dominica now. And consistent with our topic, doing business in Dominica. That's Dominica's ideal for dynamic entrepreneur and green innovators to seize opportunities. So one, let's start. Tourism sector. As you know, I said agriculture has declined over the years, and government has seen it fit to encourage the tourism sector. And there's a boom in this tourism sector right now. And in the tourism sector, there are a lot of niche markets. So you guys need to get some information online and see how you can fit in the process. I will guide you along as we go. ICT sector, you know, the internet and technology is taking precedence over everything right now. And Dominica, I think they just launched a digital platform, digital economy, and they're working feverishly to bring ICT up to date in Dominica. Okay, the manufacturing sector. Over the years, we have also had a decline in the manufacturing, but now the government is creating incentives, and I believe Madam Chair will support me on that. So to grow the manufacturing sector. Okay, the service sector, again, an emerging sector, notable opportunities in education, film, and media, and medical tourism. Also in trade, I think I spoke to somebody yesterday, and interested in some ballistics training and so on. Okay, renewable energy. As we tend to move away from fossil fuels, we try our best to replace it with renewable energy. The generation of wind, solar, hydro, and already opportunities for business in Dominica. As you know, we did some drilling a few years ago, and there are some, they discovered some wells, and very soon, I think they're going to the phase of construction of a geothermal plant for production of electricity. Water and export. As you know, as you well know, because of our mountainous terrain, we are blessed with 365 rivers. They're unpolluted, they're natural springs, and also clean surface water. So we are also interested, and I think the government have also been looking for opportunities to do a bottling plant on our island. So if you were doing bottling, what to get bottled water, you have an opportunity to talk to us to the IC and the government of Commonwealth Dominica through Invest Dominica Authority to get that going. We continued investment in Dominica. Hotel, Eco Lodge, as you know, they recently did a Whitey Kubuli National Trail. That's a trail that our ancestors used from the interior of Dominica. So they have set up this trail, and there are different segments. So you can come as a group to do segments. You can hold your camping gears. You can groups to do some of it else. Now, a lot of people are interested in doing eco lodges along that way. And the eco lodges, what they want to do, remember, we're creating a green economy. So what they want to do is use renewable energy on these locations. Okay? As you can see here, we have some interesting built. Okay? Okay, the yachting and marine sector. As you know, Dominica, I think, have the best diving ground in the world. We have the Champagne Beach, and we have the Portsmouth area, where create great diving opportunities for people. Then the manufacturing and training, I just highlighted that a while ago. Information technology. Okay, the next big thing happening in Dominica is retirement tourism, timeshare tourism, ancillary tourism services like diving, restaurants, golf and mariners, also hiking and so on, as we mentioned. Okay? The real estate and construction sectors booming because you know we suffered the very devastating hurricane just about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, call it. And right now we're building back the country, we're building back better, we're building back stronger. So, yeah. We need your input and expertise in that regard. Okay? Also, in discussion, auto supplies, because we have an influx of vehicles since, okay? Agricultural, livestock, fertilizers, and pesticides. We're also interested in getting markets of fabric, and uniforms, and accessories. Okay? Let's talk about the CBI program a little. Okay? Okay, the government of Dominica launched the CBI program a few years ago as a, fund finance generation for the country, okay? And so far, we have used these funds to build some luxurious hotels in Dominica. This one is completed there, that's Kipinski Resort down in Portsmouth. This one is the Tranquilla Beach in Salisbury, being constructed right now. And this one is Anachi in Portsmouth also. Okay. All right. Transportation and access. We discussed earlier how difficult it is to get to Dominica because of our location. And if you're traveling to Dominica, all you need a valid passport, a return ticket, local address where you stay, and various taxes will apply for non-nationals and type of nationals. Okay. Okay. Back to the film, doing business in the Caribbean, particularly Dominica. How to start a business, steps required to start a business. As I said, it's very easy to do business in Dominica. Once you have a contact person, you can be here in Suriname, and person will apply on your behalf for an agent, for a lawyer. Okay? And if you apply for your work permit, registration, you register corporate business company, you register the Inland Revenue Division, you register with Dominica Social Security, you obtain an alien holding license, if applicable, and then if you want to build, you obtain the necessary planning permits from Prime Division and seek government permission also. Obtain license for from Fishery Division where applicable. Okay? And also register the DIC. Okay? Okay. Services, offerings required by Suriname. In this portion, and I hope I'm right on this one, okay? I try to place notes based on this portion of the necessary form. Okay? Suriname has vested their interest in seeking market for timber. WP is presently on a reconstruction drive, as I said earlier on, and a lot of timber is used in that process. And we visited a timber site and we had a good discussion, and we hope to bring fruit in close to the future. Okay? Manufacturing of wines, as you saw, which if you look across the table, we have a lot of wines, and I believe that there's a market across the region for your wines and liquors, okay? And trading, agri. The supply of construction material and other materials used on a daily basis, fabric and other related materials, I think come through from Guyana to Suriname and back and so on, right? Okay. In conclusion, we do believe that joint efforts between the chambers can create an avenue for trade. A shipping route can be established as a bridge across the oceans are needed. Free movement of goods and services to include personnel, because we cannot move people here. Okay? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. We lost some time today for a number of reasons. Some technical, but we also had a late start. So let's work out some codes. I'm not aware that I have a code, so if you hear me cough, that's an indication that your time is up, but that you have another minute to wrap up. If you hear me cough twice, it doesn't mean it's infectious. It means you need to stop. Don't share all that you know. Now, if we can work with that, it would be nice. So, please let's do that, and we'll move right into our next presentation. Ariel? Ariel Roberts of Grenada. Now, we also can save time because all of you have a program. The running order is the same. So I will not chip in other than a call to indicate who is the next speaker. After Ariel, it will be Beatrice, then Alvalin, then Vanessa, and then Cecilia. Over to you.
Thank you very much. I'll try my best. Okie dokie, guys. Good afternoon, good morning. My name is Ariel Roberts, and I am representing Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce. Today, we're going to talk about Grenada, the opportunity. A lot of you guys know Grenada. We have been traditionally referred to as the Isle of Spice due to our world-renowned spices, nutmeg and mace. More recently, we have been referred to as the chocolate capital of the Caribbean, thanks to our award-winning organic cocoa. But I personally like to refer to Grenada as the Caribbean's best-kept secret. And we all know a picture is worth 1,000 words, 1,000,000 words. So I'm going to take a few minutes to just look at this short video that I know will captivate you and give you more of a realistic idea of the essence of Grenada. We're waiting on Videsh now, so this is not right. Grenadians love Grenada. So she wrote that song about her beautiful island, Grenada. Okay, so now we'll go into this presentation where we discuss more about the investment opportunities in Grenada and how you guys can contribute to the development of our economic growth. So first I'll talk a little bit about the Chamber. The Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce was started in 1921, so we're going on to 100 years of operation, where our main objective has been to be an advocate for our private sector. So we boast about 240 members currently, which comprise of a lot of small, medium, and large businesses, including women, businesses, and youth. And we have members from a variety of sectors, including manufacturing, retail and wholesale, tourism, IT, agro-processing, the service industry, construction, real estate, and education. Grenada is a tri-island state, so it comprises of Grenada, the mainland, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. We have a a rough estimated population of about 108,000. Our main language is English, and our currency is the Eastern Caribbean dollar, which, as we know, has been fixed since 1976. As Grenadians, we are so proud of our ideal geographic location and picturesque way of life. We have an extremely low crime rate, even lower carbon emissions, an unspoiled natural environment, and the friendliest people in the Caribbean, who have a rich and diverse culture. Our economy structure is highly diversified based on the contribution of these varying sectors. But despite all that diversity, there's a huge gap between our imports and our exports, and that needs to be addressed. For a long time, agriculture was our main foreign exchange contributor and contributor to our GDP. However, in the 90s, we transitioned towards a more tourism-based income generation. And now, 20 years later, education services have risen to the top, contributing almost 24% to our GDP, which is estimated $1.21 billion in 2018. This contribution is due to the presence of St. George's University, which is an international medical and veterinary university, which has had tremendous effects on our economy and provides room for many other profitable business ventures. Grenada's economy is strong and stable. We have a competitive cost base, already established trade agreements, and supportive government policies. There's no discrimination against foreign investors, and due to our relative underdevelopment, we offer a wide range of opportunities that are not available in other Caribbean countries. What we lack in capital, we supplement with our myriad of untapped and underutilized resources, like our highly literate population boasting 96%, our young English-speaking, highly trainable workforce, and untapped natural resources, and our rich culture and history. The Grenadian public and private sector have thankfully been able to heavily invest in our economy over the years and the development of our infrastructure. This has contributed to the consistent development of our physical infrastructure, which acts as a solid foundation for productive capacity expansion in the upcoming years. We have a reliable supply of electricity and water, a modern telecommunications sector, and a modern and transparent investment regime. At the Caribbean Investment Summit in 2015, Grenada was recognized by the FDI Intelligence Division of the Financial Times as being a top 10 country with regards to foreign direct investment strategy, and as a runner-up for the best human capital and lifestyle among 29 locations in the Caribbean and Central America. And I'd also like to say, we are working on our road networks, but we have one of the best road networks in the Caribbean, and up to 70% of our roads are paved. So as we transition into this new economy and move away from traditional things, try to find innovative ideas, innovation is the theme. And we want to adapt our economy and infrastructure with the change in times. As you can see here, these three agendas are going to be critical to the development of this new economy. Simultaneous implementation will create an ideal environment for positive, profitable, and sustainable development of Grenada's infrastructure and economy. Our National Sustainable Development Plan is linked directly with the execution of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and these outcomes focus on the uplifting of the people and take a holistic approach to tackling major issues for the region, like poverty reduction and lack of innovation. Emphasis has been placed on the development of our blue and orange economies that are critical to real sustainable growth and maintaining the uniqueness that differentiates Grenada from other Caribbean islands. So now we'll go into the incentives. We have some fiscal incentives for persons interested in investing in Grenada. And as an island nation with exotic topography, breathtaking beaches, white and black sand beaches, and a year-round temperate climate, we like to let people know that we were one of the first independent countries in the Eastern Caribbean and the second in CARICOM to introduce fiscal responsibility legislation. So that means your money will be handled well. Investors can register and start a business in Grenada within 15 days, with the minimum entry requirements being an alien's landholding license to hold interest in shares or land, and the possession of a work permit. Investors can secure investment incentives, government concessions, construction permits, and/or business licenses all within 30 days. There is no restriction on foreign currency, foreign ownership, repatriation of capital, dividends, interest, and other distribution or gains. We have a robust and growing Grenada Citizen by Investment program. Applicants need to invest either $150,000 as a donation or $350,000 in a government-approved real estate project. And they must maintain the property investment in Grenada for at least 5 years. This is beneficial because the Grenadian passport holders can currently travel to 124 countries worldwide without the need of a visa, and also allows our citizens to apply for the E2 investor visa to the US. We also have the Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce and our public sector counterpart, the Grenada Investment Development Corporation, who are eager to stimulate, facilitate, and encourage the establishment and development of our industry through investment and other means. So the priority areas for investment in Grenada right now are as follows: tourism and hospitality, which is such a wide sector because we are well known for our white sand beaches, etc. But we are also known to have some of the best diving in the world. We have the home of the Caribbean Titanic, the Bianca Sea, which is the largest sunken ship, and divers always boast that it's such a beautiful wreck to visit. Each sector has a variety of opportunities. There is a need for boutique hotels and villas, ecotourism, adventure tours, diving and yachting development. We also are looking for development in our health and wellness sector, day spas, assisted living, treatment and rehabilitation centers. Of course, importantly, information, communication technology, customer service, call centers, business process outsourcing, software and mobile app development, and animation. Energy is the trend right now, so we are interested in geothermal, solar, wind, and hydro energy investments. And in our agriculture sector, we are interested in people who would like to invest in organic farming practices, gap farming, food products for wellness services, and value-added processing. In conclusion, I just want to remind you why Grenada is every investor's dream opportunity. We have supportive government policies, a stable exchange rate, responsive investment promotion experts, a young English-speaking trainable workforce, economic and political stability, and a variety of untapped investment opportunities. Now, these all sound good on paper, but there are certain characteristics about Grenada that cannot be measured, like the warmth of our people, the freshness of our air, the cool breezes, and overall quality of life living on a democratic island. Thank you for your time. Also, I decided to add some fun. So I have a calendar here for, by the raise of hand, the person not from Carricktown that knows the national dish of Grenada. National dish of Grenada.
Pirates.
Pirates? No, that's just
Pyrex.
Pyrex. No, you sound like the girl from Queen Show a few years ago. There we go, oil down. So come get your calendar. Thank you.
Sorry, Ariel, before you go, some of the, you mentioned a list of things for establishing business. Are there any caveats for business people coming from countries that are signatories to the Caribbean Free Market?
I don't think so. Also, you can get a lot of information on the GIDC website, and I have a few pamphlets as well for anyone who's interested in having more specifics about the investment opportunities in Grenada that I'll be happy to share. Also, this is my first month in this position, so I appreciate your patience.
I think you could rehearse it. Okay. We continue with Beatrice. And then Abu.
It's all the
So, good morning, everyone. Once again, thank you, Anil, and thank you, where's Robert? You guys are really very amazing hosts. And Suriname is a beautiful country. So, like I said, I'm going to spare you with the numbers of Haiti, with the GDP and stuff like that, because we have behind schedule, and that I don't want that to talk. So, I'm going to rush into the presentation. So everybody knows where Haiti is. We're sharing the island with the Dominican Republic. So the island name is Hispaniola, as a lot of people of you know. We have a new branding for Haiti, which is Haiti, the land with the soul. As a matter of fact, most of the people visiting Haiti, it's a take it or leave it behavior. And most of the time, they take it. So the 24 years in Haiti, I can tell you that I took it, so, and it happens most of the time. Okay, so brief introduction to the Chamber of Commerce of Haiti. We are also the Chamber of Commerce of West because we have different departments. So we bring together companies, individuals engaged in commerce, industry, or services in Haiti, and we represent their interests. We don't have as many members as the Suriname Chamber of Commerce, but we have approximately 300 members and unfortunately only 147 active members. You know what active means, right? So we showcase, promote, and expand trend industry and services. Promote a stable, strong, and competitive economic environment, respectful of social peace and natural environment. As you must know, Haiti has a history of roller coaster, political, whatever. So, as I always say, just consider the government and whatever it represents as a mountain. If you cannot climb it, you just go around it. And this is what we do. We have a very strong private sector determined to continue to invest in this country. So we're going to move forward and we're going to get to political turmoil. So we unite all types of companies in a unique and powerful group. Categorized among the least developed countries, Haiti benefits from preferential trade access through trade agreements and legislation to 17 markets in developed countries, as well as access to the European Union through the agreement, everything but arms, because we signed the EPA, but it wasn't ratified by the Parliament yet, so we're still waiting. So we found a way anyway. So we have the regional trade agreements that give potential free trade access to 14 countries in the Caribbean. With the CARICOM, we have preferential trade arrangements that give duty-free or preferential access to 17 countries in Europe with the EBA, GCP, ACP, and the developed countries. We have a preferential trade arrangement that gives duty-free access quotas with the US, with the CBTPA, Caribbean Basin Partnership Agreement, and the Hope Health, which is most likely used by the manufacturing textile industry and textile assembly industry. So the government provides two types of foreign investment incentives, customs and tax incentives. Import and export policies are not discriminatory and are not based on nationality. And that's one thing very important to know is that the repatriation of dividends and profits are done without exchange control. We were also contacted by the United Nations Office of the High Representative in November because they have a special program, a support program to assist these countries in their efforts to increase foreign investment and the benefits they can derive from such investment. So it is very good for SMEs, and it is good to know actually for people who want to invest as well. So Haiti is uniquely positioned to serve the French-speaking populations. We speak 4 languages: Creole, the Haitian Creole, the French, English, and also Spanish because of our proximity to the Dominican Republic. Haiti not only offers geographic proximity to the U.S., Latin America, and the Caribbean, but also strong shipping links for global trade. Haiti's proximity to the Panama Canal, lanes of shipping, and exposure to the Atlantic Ocean make it a hub for export to the main part of Latin America and Western Europe in less than 10 days. We have this, but we also have, for example, if you want to ship to Martinique, you have to go all the way to Jamaica and then go to Martinique. So there's pros and cons. Haiti's nearshore location is particularly convenient for companies and customers in prime U.S., Canadian, and Latin American markets. We are very close to the U.S. 72 hours maritime shipping. We have a time zone advantage, and we also have a new thing with the international firms for commercial intermediation. I won't go there, but they want to help us raise money, raise funds, for investment of this is another opportunity. It's good sometimes to
Mr. Yogi.
Yes.
Problem again.
So here you have the trading. This is the map for the trading from Haiti to the world. So I think we have Russia, Japan, Republic of Korea, China, Australia, New Zealand, Chile, Turkey,
Your comment?
Switzerland, the way we
All right.
going growth. So doing business in Haiti. Most visitors do not need the visa to enter Haiti, and you can receive a tourist visa upon arrival. You just spend $10 at the airport and you're good to go. Only nationals of the following countries require a visa to enter Haiti if they do not have a valid passport containing a US, Canadian, or Schengen visa. Colombia, Panama, and Dominican Republic. Visitors stay may not exceed 90 days on each trip to Haiti. Foreign investors and visitors who wish to settle in Haiti after a 90-day period must obtain a legal residence permit from the Immigration and Immigration Services. So if you want to invest, you have 3 months to become legal and obtain your residence permit. Investment incentives. Haiti is one of the most open economies in the Caribbean in terms of tax benefits, with the numbers of sectors seeking foreign direct investment. Although the business climate is difficult, Haitian legislation encourages foreign direct investment, and the Haitian Investment Code grants the same rights, privileges, and equal protection to local and foreign businesses. If you are a foreign investor, you can have a company in Haiti as long as you have one Haitian share on your board. Haiti offers a highly competitive incentive package for investors as outlined in the Haitian Investment Code of 2002 and in the Free Zone Law of 2002 as well. You have eligible sectors: agriculture, handicraft, tourism, export and re-export for the SMB manufacturer. Investment made in national industry with an added value of at least 35% and intended for local consumption. Investment in free zone. Investment in other sectors or special regime. Haitian Investment Code privileges. General privileges granted by the Haitian Investment Code of 2002 are as follows: total exemption from income taxes for a period which should not exceed 15 years. Accelerated depreciation of properties, equipment, hardware, software, and some expenses. Exemption from local taxes except for the license holder, which is called the patron, which should not exceed 15 years. Each eligible sector is also allocated specific incentives. For example, for agriculture, so I will just go very fast on them. So you see, each eligible sector has its own privileges. Okay, so agriculture, handicraft, tourism, export and re-export, and also incentives in free zone. The free zones are regulated under the Free Zone Law of 2002. Said law defines free trade zone as geographical areas to which a special regime on customs duties and customs controls, taxation, immigration, capital investment, and foreign trade applies, where domestic and foreign investors can provide services, import, store, produce, export, and re-export goods. So the free trade zone may be private or joint ventures involving state or private investors. Incentives for investment in other sectors of special regimes. So as long as there are qualification financial guarantees, we can enter into
No, the battery is
agreement
not the
with the
same.
state for the establishment of a business in Haiti. That is considered of interest to the community. Other investments are investment opportunities. You have the BPO services. We are very competitive. We have a competitive and committed and
No, it's not the same
labor
thing.
force. They are young, they are French, they speak French, English, and Spanish. So this is a very good opportunity. We have several BPO companies that established themselves successfully in Haiti, including a call center run by Digicel, 300 employees, the main telecom service provider in the Caribbean. The call center provides many support in terms of customer service to all Digicel businesses in English and Spanish, speaking countries in Central America and the Caribbean. Other recently established BPO centers in Haiti provide customer care, billing, insurance, and healthcare services for clients in the United States, the Dominican Republic, and Canada. Regarding the agriculture, I went too fast on it. I want to say that we have really great opportunities in agriculture as far as coffee. For who don't know, maybe some of you don't know that the Jamaican blue comes from Haitian blue coffee seeds. So, yeah. So we do have really good products as coffee, cocoa, mango, rice, essential oils, sugarcane, bananas. Then you also have the agribusiness. Haiti's agricultural sector has a very high production potential, yet only 45% of the country's agro supplies are produced in the country. We have a very great opportunity in agriculture, which is the fact that we don't use pesticides, nor nothing, no products or nothing. So we can say that Haiti is an organic country. At least 95% of the country is organic, is bio, so that's very good. And we work with the laboratory, EcoCell, for who's certifying for the organic products. So once again, we are competitive labor force and abundant natural resources. So large quantities of land unspoiled by chemicals, perfect for organic production, like I said. For the BPO, I forgot to tell you that we are hosting every year the Haiti Tech Summit, which is a very important event being held in Africa, many countries in Africa, but now in Haiti this is going to be the fourth year, this year. Okay? We also have many opportunities in renewable energy, because only 32% of Haitians have access to electricity because of, I will spell the details of the off-grid and on-grid electricity. But you have to know that micro and mini grids have recently been developed for isolated communities, and this is what we are looking for in Haiti because of the low energy consumption combined with an ambitious energy sector development plan. So the technology available today can reliably answer in a cost-effective manner the most pressing challenge that Haiti is facing: increasing access to electricity across the country, particularly in rural and peri-urban areas, but also inside port-au-prince for underserved and poorly served areas. The electrification rate of the country is dismal, although there is no extraordinary geographical or topographical challenge. So this is something that we can look into, renewable energy. So I was fast, I did my best. Like I said, Haiti is a land with a soul, so we welcome you, just give us a call. Thank you.
It was a real. No, you know, many of us from other parts of the Caribbean have never taken the opportunity to visit Haiti, but like the other countries have presented, it's more than worth a visit because unfortunately a lot of the information and images and opinions that we get about Haiti are from Western media. But Haiti is as Caribbean as they come. The hospitality, everything else. Haiti isn't discriminated against. Beatrice mentioned the freedom of access. Well, it is not reciprocal. In many cases, Haitians trying to attend, or not trying, on their way to a conference such as this, have some major problems with immigration officers in transit. In many cases, the problem is with the immigration officers. But the challenge gets bigger if you have a connection. But usually the foreign ministries will solve it. And what a lot of Surinamese in this group and Guyanese and others don't know is that there is a constant stream of young Haitians, some involved in agriculture, moving through Guyana and Suriname on their way to northern Brazil. So they go through both of these countries with hardly a stop in any of the capitals. They go by many buses to the border between Guyana and Suriname and then cross into Pomfrey and then on to Bovis. It's a steady stream. A lot of them are young. They travel with cellular phones. They don't look like refugees, but youngsters looking for an opportunity. But the opportunities remain there in Haiti, as Beatrice said. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, everyone.
You guys work with me, work with me. All right, Jamaica is known or renowned for reggae music, dancehall music. So right now I'm going to teach you.
Nadance mo, dance no?
Dance from our
Thank you. Thank you. Bukan pasang dan kota.
Yeah. No, me faz.
It's not working.
They're ready to go. Just for sure, no, we finish that. Super. Simple. Possibly very simple. Yes,
and of course, you all know that coffee just won the Grammy, right?
Yes.
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 Yes. May taking a chronics ala di sumana. Okay.
I'm happy to be here, and of course, don't let you all the way. You're ready for the presentation. I probably don't need to go over the details, right? That is enough for you guys who want to come to Jamaica, right? The music, the dance, the food, the people, and the jerk, right? And the parties. Thank you guys. But yes, as you can see, Jamaica is officially to be the place to work, to live, work, raise families, and do business. Let me take you quickly into this presentation. Okay, that's a beautiful picture of Kingston. How many of you have been to Jamaica? I show of hands. Great. And for those who have not been, you know you need to make the trip soon.
Yes. Yes.
That should be your next trip. Not sure. That's what happens. They always bring the heat in Jamaica and everything just burns up in the process, right? Can't handle us, can't handle us. the MSR, right? So that's quite an accomplishment. And of course, we represent the commercial interest of Jamaican firms, and we continue to lead, be the leading voice for private sector, and advocate for creation and maintenance of constant profiling and of supportive infrastructure. And the membership reflects diverse segments of the Jamaican economy. Members range in size from micro, small, medium, and large organizations and companies. And of course, we're active in ICT, tourism, manufacturing, financial services, distribution, and everything else. Alright, so we're supposed to be presenting on doing business in Jamaica. And I just decided to pull a couple of things from the business report. And of course, we can boast that we are the number one in the region, in the Caribbean region, Latin America and Caribbean. We are at 71st on the world rank, and at 69.7%. Right? And of course, we are among the 10 most improved economies in the ease of doing business. Right? Thank you, President. Thank you. Thank you. Right. And of course, if you're thinking about investing in a country, you want to know that you're going to be able to start a business with ease, right? And of course, we are number one, again, in the region, with 97%. And of course, you want to know that you'll be able to get credit, right? We are number 2 here, ranking 15 and 85% on the world rank. And of course, you want to be able to register your properties. Here we are again at number 1, right? Do I need to go on? All right. Quickly, of course, we protect our investors. We are also at number 1. Thank you very much. All right, and of course, with trading across borders, we need to do some work there, but we are working on it. And of course, these are some of the business reforms that we have actually done over the years. And one of the main things that actually contributed to our number 1 or first place in the doing business or ease of doing business is our electronic business registration form. Registration form. And of course, that is the first in the Caribbean, right, in terms of online registration of business, right? Of course, for getting credit, we have the SIPA, which is Security Interest in Personal Property Act, which actually basically states that you can use other collaterals like your car and non-land collaterals to secure loans, right? And of course, EBG stepped in, and they too actually had this credit guarantee program that actually will help small businesses, especially to actually access loans for 90% of the value. And of course, you want to be able to register your property. We have an electronic land titling system as well. And for the trading across borders, we have just recently launched our Global Services Sector Program, and that is now going to actually beef up or upskill our service sector professionals, and within BPO, ITO, and KPO, right? And of course, we know that the BPO industry in Jamaica is actually booming, right? We're doing very well. Okay, right. For our trading and customs, we have that's to the world. We have the Jamaica Single Window for Trade, J-SWIFT. These are online registration in terms of uploading all your documents. It decreased the cost to exportation. It actually reduced the cost of compliance, increased transparency, and of course increased the overall doing business support in trading across borders. So that is our reform to address our low score in trading across borders, right? We have the Jamaica Trade Information Portal. That will also is also non. So we're going digital, guys. We've been digitizing our sectors. So this is one of the moves that we've been making, you know, looking at the trends and trying to compete globally. Of course, we're looking at your growth prospects or priority sectors. Tourism, of course, is one of our main priority sectors. In 2019, our industry attracted 4.3 million tourists, right, comprising of 2.7 million stopovers, right, and of course 1.7 million via cruise lines. And of course, we just recently opened a new cruise terminal in the historic location of Port Royal. And whenever you come to Jamaica, you need to ensure that you go over to Port Royal, right? Of course, the global services sector is one of the main areas that has been growing. That includes the BPO, ITO, and non-trust outsourcing sector. We are actually now doing over 240 million annually. Of course, our agro-exports, we're actually looking to increase that sector, to get more into it when we get to the export markets. Logistics and supply chain, I'm sure you've heard a lot about, you know, us looking into opening our logistics supply chain in our harbors. And of course, that will actually create expansion of improvement of the existing facilities, legislative framework, and of course, processes necessary to equip Jamaica with the tools to become the world's fourth major link in global supply chain. Of course, the creative and cultural industries, that's one of the areas that we're and sports. Can we vote sports? No, because we have the fastest man in the world, Usain Bolt, right? In the world, right? So, of course, there's a lot of growth potential there. So we're looking into expanding that, and of course, we've done so in introducing the Jamaica Film Festival, which actually did extremely well. And of course, we are looking now to becoming the premier center for alternative dispute resolution, including arbitration. Now we're going into our export market. I'm moving a little faster. I'm in the coffee. All right. So we have right. So of course we have the exotic spices and processed foods, which is at you're looking at 15 to 20 million dollars there. Right, you have the fresh produce, banana 1.8 million, then we have the yam, 29.4. Of course, we have coffee, or Blue Mountain coffee. Sorry, Haiti. We're still claiming it, and we're still renowned for our Blue Mountain coffee, right? And of course, we are at $100 million in coffee export. And of course, we don't only have the naturally, locally grown crop coffee. We have the coffee, our artist coffee, who just won the Grammy. So we are very proud of her, and we are still basking, you know, in the glory of her win. And of course, we have the creative industries as well as doing very well. Our fashion, right? Our animation and film. And of course, incentive. We have a very omnibus tax incentive. We have, and all of this information you can find on JAPO's website. So I'm just going to run through it very quickly. Right? We have reduced corporate income tax. Right? Reduced stamp duties. Tax relief for headquarter operation that to be set up in Jamaica. And of course, tax exemption for stock market listing. Tax relief for bauxite and aluminum, and of course, choose Jamaica. And of course, you can get information from the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce and JAPO. Thank you very much.
Do you have a copyright on the dance routine that begins with your show? We should speak about it.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vanessa Vitrin. I won't do the dance thing. I am an international business officer at the Martinique Chamber of Commerce, and I will introduce you to how to do business with Martinique, the island of flowers. We actually don't know whether it's the island of flowers or the island of beautiful ladies, because in the Caribbean it means the same. Yes. Right, so I will try to be as fast as possible. I hope you don't have time. Oh, you're already coughing. So I'll just give you a general presentation of Martinique, the economy, the development perspective, and a sneak peek of our Chamber of Commerce. So Martinique is a European region and a Caribbean country as well, because we are French, so we are French autonomous region. We have a French constitution, we speak French, we have the euro, and we also have a French legal system. We have a prefect, who is the person representative of the state in Martinique. And since 2016, we have one local authority, which is called the Martinique Authority, and which manages all the local development projects. We are a member of the ECS, an associate member of CARICOM, a member of the EU, and a associate member of the ECS. Infrastructure, so we have one main port, we have other ports, but the main port is composed of 2 cruise ship terminals, 2 container terminals, 1 and ferry. We have 10 marinas. Sailing is a big thing in Martinique, and it has been developing in the recent years, and with anchoring zones and with projects around constituting free zones for sailing. So there's one international airport. We have one sort of tramway, which has been in functions for 2 years. So it takes you in all the central area pretty fast, pretty easily. We have one particular research and development center for agro-processing, but we also have other research and development centers for biotechnologies and these type of things. So this is, I won't get into all the details, because we've been having these presentations for a while now. So, I just focus on the custom duties, the fact that we're part of the EPA, and the specific import taxation, which is called the octroi de mer, that's a consumer tax, and that's specific to our territories, and which has been under discussion in the recent days, the past years, and will be in discussion in the years to come too, because it's a low tax that doesn't have any meaning anymore, so we maybe we'll avoid it. Investment and incentives. I was saying Martinique is a European region, so obviously when you invest in Martinique, you have access to European funding. We also have national funding that's available, and we have access to a set of reduced charges on wages, particularly because, as you will see very soon, wages are pretty high for the region. So these are the last numbers. It's 15 euros per hour to hire someone in Martinique. That's the minimum wage, and you have the set of average salaries, average annual salaries in the private sector there. The Martinican economy. Our economy used to be obviously like our Caribbean economies, revolving around sugarcane. So we still have some remnants of that. Our main export product is rum, just after bananas, and but we also work on developing other products to export. So particularly the cosmetics sector, and we're trying to develop products from the banana sector within the circular economy. So too. I just want to draw your attention to the growth rate of the population. So we have a decreasing population, which is why we are starting to have an attraction policy for locals that have been to study abroad. I think we all have the same issue in the Caribbean, but in Martinique it has been really a huge problem recently. Technical issues.
You might note that these technicians never look confused or flustered, even with a physical presence like Martin standing over them. Great, so most of our economy is composed of services. Particularly commercial services. We import a lot, particularly non-durable consumer goods. And our exports are mainly also non-durable consumer goods. We can talk about this later during the lunch break if you want. So the recent developments, as I was saying, in agro-processing, we're trying to develop projects to recreate a sector for endemic coffee and cocoa. Because as you know, we probably know one of the breeds that was popularized in the Caribbean was from Martinique, and now we're trying to rebuild that. We are carrying out research around the guava extract, particularly for cosmetics, and we developed a pure guava juice locally that has no sugar, no water, and it's really pure. We are now a territory of industry, which means that we have national funding for this. In 2018, we recorded over 1 million tourists, which looks very small compared to Jamaica, but which actually means double our population, so more than double. So it's quite an accomplishment for us. And cruise ship tourism is particularly something that's developing, that it has been growing lately, and also sailboat tourism. Perspective for developing, there are perspectives around the silver economy. As I was saying, we have an aging population, so there are a lot of things that we want to develop around that. And for the digital transition, energy as well, we have a strong dependence on fossil fuels that we're trying to change that. We're trying to go to solar energy and wind energy. For future sectors that are interested in sustainable tourism, so because we have a lot of parks and mountains and rivers, this type of things, it's very diverse. So I encourage you to come visit and come find an opportunity within this particular industry. We also are developing spirit tourism. You may not know, but Martinique is just over 1,000 square kilometers, and we have
12 distilleries in function. So it makes us a wide blend of rum. We also have a label around this that's world renowned. So we are really working on developing the sugarcane and rum industry. We are upgrading projects on hotels. So if you want to build a hotel or develop, buy a hotel or modernize hotels, you can also come to Martinique. We also have funding in the ICT sector. So if you are in this sector, please feel free to talk to me after the presentation. As I was saying, blue economy and silver economy are under our development projects, and I already talked about that too. So we also are trying to manufacture health products, cosmetics, dietetic products. We're trying to valorize our natural resources. And to finish, a sneak peek of the Martinique Chamber of Commerce. This is our president. The first picture is our headquarters, and the last picture is our training center. We have 4 agencies in Martinique, the headquarters and 3 agencies. We have 3,400 companies with us, because just like the Suriname Chamber, all companies have to register with the Martinique Chamber of Commerce. We have 1 business school, 1 training center, 1 apprenticeship center, and 2 satellite companies working in the research and development fields, 1 in ICT, 1 in agro-processing. And we have 1 excellence tourism label and 1 quality commerce quality label. These are the services you can expect when you are a member of the Chamber of Commerce of Martinique. And these are the services that we can offer you, companies, if you come to Martinique. So I want to put an emphasis on the sectoral market studies that we carry out. So we have 1 in agro-processing. It's basically talking about how to do business with Martinique, particularly in the sectors that are dynamic. So if you want to have more insights into these sectors, you can talk to us. We also carried out 1 on ICT and in silver economy.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Celia. Now a word to the presenters. Because of the location of the lectern and the need sometimes for you to step back to see the screen, there's a tendency to step back. Well, there's an edge there. So please be careful not to step back too far. There is part of the solution. Just remember that we're going right through without interruption. It's similar to the broadcasters making an announcement to tell you that you're listening to uninterrupted music. So we go right through, we continue with Addison, Mr. Registered, Faro, and Freedom on our way to lunch.
Good afternoon. My name is Celia Labora. I am the Director of International Relations of the Chamber of Commerce of Cuba. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks a lot to the Suriname Chamber of Commerce and Industry and also Kavicham to organize this meeting. Well, this is Havana Bay. This is part of Havana City. So, I would like to tell you about my country. Well, the capital is Havana, the official language is Spanish, the main cities are Havana, Santiago de Cuba, King, Cienfuegos, Camagüey, and Santa Clara. Our population is a little more than 11 million people.
The other one.
We have 10 international airports and 15 national airports. And maritime transportation, 32 commercial ports. In the social indicators, we have 3.3% of unemployment, infant mortality 4.2 per 100 live births. We have 137 doctors by inhabitants. Life expectancy, listen, for women is 80 years old. I am a representation of that. And for men, 78. So, the population with more than 60 years is 18.3. So, it's important to increase in young people. The official currency, the Cuban peso. Let's see another issues, because I'm going to leave the presentation here, so everybody that would like to copy, it is possible. The external sector, Cuba is signatory and member of different international and regional organizations. We are founders of WTO. We are members of ALBA, TCP, CELAC, different agencies from the United Nations, and in the region of the Latin American Association of Integration and the Association of Caribbean States. We have diplomatic relations for 180 countries and commercial relations with more than 160. We have signed 62 agreements on API, protection and reciprocal investment agreements. We have also more than 20 regional agreements that offer preferential treatment for trade. So investors that would like to invest in Cuba will be benefited producing in our country and then exporting to any country in Latin America or Caribbean. Our main partners are Venezuela, China, Spain, Canada. Canada is the first supplier of tourists to Cuba. Russia, Mexico, France, Italy, Federal Republic of Germany, Netherlands, Angola, and Brazil. And we would like in the future to have Caribbean countries in those preferential positions. The environment for doing business, we have a legal framework. The legal frame is transparent. All the laws are published in the official gazette. We have infrastructure. ports, roads, railroads and communications, and 2 institutions for the promotion for trade and investment. One on the governmental level, that is ProCuba, and the Chamber of Commerce of the Republic of Cuba, that was created in 1963. We have almost 67 years old, so we have a little bit experience. This is the only Chamber of Commerce in the country, but we have 5 delegations in the important cities: Cienfuegos, Villa Clara, Camagüey, Holguín, Santiago de Cuba, and Granma.
Oh.
We have a safety climate for business. We have a privileged geographic position. Later you will see in the map. Availability for natural resources, socio-political and juridical stability, and high educational, healthcare, and social security standards. Now, let's go to how to do business with Cuba. Well, for trade, the first thing that you have to do is to identify the import-export company that you want to talk with. In this situation, the Chamber of Commerce can help you to identify the proper company. You have to go to Cuba with an A7 visa to do business.
Qué mal se ve esa
A7
cámara,
visa
muestra que se ve bien. Esta es la que se ve bien.
when you are going, you are dealing with
Porque eso es
prospecting
el preview.
meetings.
Creo que está viendo lo
And
último ya.
B7 visa when you are talking with your Cuban partner. Then you present the documents to the Cuban enterprise, and you will be included in the supplier or customer catalog. Then you start presenting offers and negotiating with the Cuban partner, and then you start the market characteristics in Cuba. We have a centralized and planned economy. We are now in the plan up to 2030. Which are the actors in trade? State companies, joint ventures, 100% foreign companies,
Se exporta servicios, níqueles, se exporta carbón, se exporta pescado, se exporta
foreign trade in Cuba is conducted mainly by import-export companies that are specialized in products or services. All products must be declared and subject to inspection. It is important to tell you that it is not need to have an office in Cuba to trade with Cuba. But if in case that you have physical presence, you may apply for a foreign mercantile partnership subsidiary,
se está pagando.
like a branch,
Eso yo solo cambié.
and or a foreign mercantile agency. We have in particular
Saca la batería.
three of
La batería está
them.
muerta. No,
Take
está bien la
off
batería.
for the
Lo
inner
acabamos de
sector,
cargar.
Platino for general trade, and Rexa for cultural activities. To open a branch, you need to fulfill the requirements of a resolution 2006 that apply for that your company must have 5-year existence in the country of origin, at least 50,000 capital stock, and 3 years of stable trade with Cuba. But I underline, there is no need to have an office. You could trade with Cuba directly from your country to with a Cuban partner. I would like to talk a little bit with the Cuba-Suriname relations. Business. The company tracked grid that visited Cuba in 2019 with the objective of answering Caribbean artists and creators. There is a contract signed with this music and artists, two important companies in Cuba in the cultural sector. Fly Always Airline. I came to Fly Always directly from Havana. It flies not only to Havana but to other 4 important cities in the country. Good connectivity and away from the glass of Cuba and Havana, and weekly frequency. In the agricultural, there is a request for technical assistance to plant garlic and onion. We are going to send technicians on that issues. Scholarships, 46 students throughout the country in medical and stomatology careers. In sport, we are assisting in triple jump and volleyball. In health, there is a hospital in Suriname with Cuban staff. But not only this area, in the international Havana fairs, we have 7 Surinamese companies participated in, we have 2017. 12 companies
Porque parece que
last
el
year.
la batería no da la capacidad
I know the minister just
meterle zoom y
that
todo lo que tenga que hacer.
there will be an important presence
Y
of
con el cable directo no caiga la batería. No
companies
hay cable.
in Iraq 2020 that will be held
¿Qué tipo de cable
the
es
first
ese?
week of November.
Lo que son el cable
Business
corriente.
mission.
Ande quieto.
A delegation from Suriname came to Expo Caribe 2019, that is an expo only for Caribbean countries. And there was a great interest in opportunity with Cuba. We expect that there will be an important delegation in Expo or Guinea, also another fair. I will comment on fairs later. Institutional agreements, we, our chamber and Suriname Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we signed in 2009 an agreement, and we are talking now to sign the plan of action to motivate the exchange between both chambers.
Oiga, parece que soy yo que estoy hablando.
Legal framework, I'm not going to read that. This is, we have the law, 118, and we have also regulations of National Bank and other institutions. The modalities, the same as in other countries, joint venture, totally foreign capital enterprise, and international economic association agreements. The advantage to invest in Cuba, those are, we are updating our economic model. These policies will define a new role for foreign investment. Before, investment was as a complement of national investment. But at the present time, investment is the principal instrument and the principal tool for the development of the country. There is existence of the special zone of development of Mariel. I will put another slide with modern port and high technology, multilateral and bilateral trade investment agreement, as I told you, that offer preferential treatment for investors. the existence of the promotion agency, ProCuba, the governmental, and the Chamber of Commerce of Cuba, and the existence of embassies and commercial representatives that also make the promotion. There is also another thing. There, this year, 2020, will start one-stop shop for trade, and later on, one-stop shop for investment. This is the portfolio that is running now for investment in Cuba.
Esto igual que eso, Carmen. Esta nueva batería no son igual.
These new opportunities. This has 460 opportunities, 47 of them in the economic zone of Mariel, from nine or 10 sectors: agricultural, renewable energy, transportation, construction, pharmaceutical, that is very important, and others. Mariel Special Zone. It is located only 45 minutes from Havana. You can see the photos of the port, and since the creation almost 4 years and a half ago, there are 50 projects that have been approved from 21 countries for an amount of 2.3 million US dollars. Those projects have been create direct jobs, 7,466, and there are 11 multinationals in the zone. The activities and sectors prioritized in the zone are biotechnology, development and production of drugs, containers and packing industry, renewable energy, agriculture, food industry, industry in general, telecommunications and informatics, tourism and real estate, and investment in infrastructure. They have also one-stop shop to receive and to organize all the meetings with the different Cuban partners. This is the photo. Well, you see Cuba, Mariel in the north, and you see that it is in the middle of the Mexican Gulf, very, very near to the most important ports in the region. There is also a special treatment in the zone, more advantage than in the rest of the country. Mariel Special Zone is not a free zone. It is part of the national territory, but with special transactions, a special treatment. To establish business in Cuba, so in investment, you have to identify. The catalog contains the projects that Cuba is promoting, but nothing to do that if you have a special your project, you can submit and should be analyzed. So you identify the Cuban partner, then you go to negotiations, and the business will be present for approval. The period is up to 60 days. The incentive for investors shall enjoy protection, security, and cannot be expropriated. There is no project or no business expropriated since the law started. It is important foreign investment in the country shall be protected against legal claims by third countries. I would like to remind you that Cuba suffers a blockade from the U.S. It is not possible to negotiate with dollars. We have to agree, the investors, they need to agree in other currency, euros, Canadian dollars, yen Japanese, etc. And in the last 2 years, the administration of the U.S. has an economic war against Cuba. Recently, the vessels that are coming to Cuba for the transportation of oil cannot go. Some of them cannot enter in Cuban ports. So we are in a very complex situation, but be sure that Cuba will overcome those situations. Those are the fairs in Cuba, some of the fairs in Cuba on 2020. Informatics next March, you have there the website to know more. FECONS is a construction fair in April, food fair in May, renewable energy in June, transport and logistics in September, and at the end of the year, the 38th edition of International Havana Fair, which will be from 2 to 6 of November. I hope that all Caribbean countries will be there. We will, by heart, we will receive you as usual. And the other countries also. Last year, the fair was 64 countries represented in the fair. The Chamber of Commerce of Cuba has been created by law. It's the only chamber in the country, but as I tell you, with 5 delegations. We cover all the national territory. We receive, we organize missions abroad, and we organize program of work and agendas for individual business people and also for missions. We attend and organize fairs in Cuba and attend fairs abroad. We have business committees with some countries to try to know more each other. This is an important tool that we have with the main trade partners. We have a website now. It's not working because we are updating the website, but we have this tool. We also publish a magazine called Cuba Foreign Trade, and we have a court of arbitration in the chamber that deals with the discussions or the situations that comes from the different enterprises. Finally, those are some of our main products. Our main products of export is nickel. The second is pharmaceutical and biotechnology products. And we have rum, as all Caribbean countries. We have tobacco, habanos, and we have the tourism last year. There were 4.5 million visitors in Cuba. Well, this is my presentation. Thank you very much for that.
Okay. We've just been informed that lunch is ready. It has been for a while, but remains warm. Would you like to continue or have lunch? Okay, let's break for lunch, please.
Good was directly.
I have announced it. The chamber from Honeycomb will sit on separate tables, and anyone who wants to meet them, then they can sit with them.
Yo fuera a hablar con ella, compadre. Yo la voy a ir a saludar, ¿Qué desean? ¿Seguir para la próxima presentación? ¿Desean almuerzo allí? ¿No? ¡Lunch! Pero tú decís, déjame... Falta que eso está oyendo todo el mundo.